Fantastic. So now I want to introduce Brian Lovell. He's going to give you guys a little background. I mean, again, you students and some of our committee members who are on this call, you all know the process we've been through. We have the referral process. You students went through an application process. We spoke over the phone, and now we're here at our orientation day. So Brian's going to give us sort of a little bit of information about the purpose of this program and why it all got started. And then we actually will have a live demonstration with Justin and Brian on the actual equipment that you guys will be using. So give it up for the president and co-founder of ACP. Woo! Yeah. All right, and I'm gonna put that widescreen and presenter view. Oh, you can go ahead, Brian. I'm just fixing the.
Okay. Hey, everybody. It's good to see you here on Zoom. I know this is the first time we've probably gotten to see each other face to face. It's a pleasure to see you, and I hope to see all of you in 2 weeks here in the training facility. We're in downtown Stone Mountain, right on 2nd Street. I think all of you know our location. Behind me are some of our training apparatus that we'll be using. Over my right shoulder, over my left shoulder are some of the training kits that we'll be utilizing to teach you generalized STEM skills as they apply to automation, particularly building automation systems. I'll give you a brief overview of why we're doing this and what we hope that you'll take away from this program. Number one, companies need you. There are a lot of companies out there that we work with, Siemens, Honeywell, Johnson Controls, big, large conglomerate companies that need help and they can't find it. And we hope that through this program, you'll be able to find, if you're interested, employment at a high rate of pay and a stable career in a building automation systems career, or one that's related to building automation systems like computer science or engineering or anything related to 21st century STEM skills related to the stuff that's behind me. And trust me, there are a lot of jobs out there that you're going to be very interested in. Right, Justin?
I think so.
Justin's a graduate of the program at Georgia Piedmont Technical College. I was one of the ones who founded that program as the first one in the United States. And we're following that curriculum here at headquarters in downtown Stone Mountain. So we'll start that in, I guess, 2 weeks from today, hopefully. And we'll talk about that a little bit more. Now, the program itself, the program consists of 3 modules, one starting in the fall, one in the spring, and then we might be able to condense a second one in the spring and get you guys out of here and completed early sometime next year. Now, what will you get when you come through the program? Number one, we're going to work on communication skills. Why do you think we're going to work on communication skills, Justin?
Well, if you can't say what you're trying to fix, then they won't know what they should pay you.
That's a good point. And it's absolutely true. My mother was an English teacher for 10 years of my young life. And she always told me, I was not somebody who liked to get up in front of people and talk, but she always told me, you can learn whatever you want to learn in science, technology, but if you can't communicate it, you're not going to go very far, because especially in high-tech fields like this, if you can't explain to people what it is that you're doing and the value of what it is that you're doing for a building owner or a Google facility or you name it, then you can only go so far in life. So one of the big things we're going to work on is written and verbal communication. So when you come in here, we're going to engage you. We're going to get you excited. The mentors are going to get you up, and don't be scared. We're going to get you up and speaking in front of us and explaining what we teach you. So we'll teach you, and then you'll reverberate it back to us, and we'll work on those communication skills. And that's actually the number one thing that employers today are looking for, is communication skills, both written and oral. So that's one thing. Another thing we're going to work on are basic electrical and troubleshooting skills. Everything behind me is part of the Internet of Things, or big data, or these terms that we hear today, where the world is going. Everything's going to be connected to the internet. Everything behind me is connected to the internet. We're going to teach you how to wire up sensors, wire up devices, connect them to web pages, access them from anywhere in the world, and control them, which is something that are very desperately needed skills in the industry itself. And then number 3, I think we talked about a little bit, troubleshooting skills. Critical thinking is another thing that employers are looking for today. They're looking for the communication skills, and they're looking for people who can think. And going through the process of teaching you electrical circuits, teaching you how to connect sensors, teaching you how to set an IP address, teaching you how to set that available with security settings, etc. All of those are skills that also involve troubleshooting and critical thinking. And so that's why we're going to be teaching a lot of those skills as well. And as far as an introduction, would you like me to go through any more of the program, Candace? Or
We'll get in that in 1 second. We can start the live demonstration.
okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to show you some of the equipment that you're going to be working on. And I hope all of you can see, first of all, what you're looking at now are some of the benchtop trainers. And this training, okay, thank you. Hopefully, oh, did we lose the signal? I think we lost the picture. We lost the picture there. Let me do that. There we go. Sorry about that. I must have hit something. Okay. So these are the benchtop trainers, and they may look a little bit complex, but we're going to work on these first. They're tricked out with a whole bunch of sensors and devices. Everything, as I mentioned, is connected to IP control, so you can access these controllers from anywhere in the world. Once we set them up, you're going to be working on things like this. These are very commonly encountered devices in the industry and frankly, in any building of any size or facility, from a hospital to a university campus to a large building downtown in Buckhead, you name it. So we're going to go over those devices. And when we're done with that, we're going to come over to some of our larger trainers. This is one of our mobile laboratory trainers that we take around to colleges around the country. These are some of the same devices, but now you're dealing with a little bit more complex equipment. We're going to teach you how to work on this. We're going to teach you how to use electrical meters. This is an electrical meter right here that we use for troubleshooting. Then we're going to teach you how to wire up these controllers. Now, these controllers, as I mentioned, are accessible from IP addresses. We'll set the IP addresses. We'll set up graphical user interfaces, and then we'll program them to do basically whatever we want to do through the logic that we're going to demonstrate here in just a minute. So what we're going to do now, I'm going to have Justin come over here, and I'm going to let you watch him wire up a device to an input. Everything in our world is inputs and outputs. Inputs are sensors and devices like these that can read temperature, that can read carbon dioxide levels, carbon monoxide levels, you name it. For instance, this right here is a carbon dioxide monitor. And if Justin, you blow on that device, we'll see it probably go up from 540 to some new level. We'll see if Justin has some hot air. Let's see if he got some hot. Oh, he has some hot air. Huh. Yeah, it's going up. Look at that.
I was hoping it didn't.
So that's kicking up. You hear a lot about carbon dioxide today in the atmosphere causing global warming. We'll cover some of those science concepts as well. This is a sensor that monitors carbon dioxide levels, for instance. These monitor temperature, some of them monitor humidity, etc. What Justin's going to do now is wire up a temperature sensor. This is called a thermistor, a basic electrical circuit. He's going to wire that into an input, and then we have some pre-wired outputs. And then with a little logic that I'm going to build while he is setting that circuit together, we're going to control some output lights. And these lights right here, Justin, what do you think? How about we set them to go off at 80 degrees and 82 degrees?
Sounds good.
Okay, I'm going to set up that logic on the screen, and you can watch me do that while Justin's wiring up the circuit.
Remember, students, safety first. Goggles, helmet. It's not Versace, but it's better to be safe than cool.
We think you look cool, Justin.
Oh, thanks.
Don't you need gloves to work with electricity?
He doesn't have he's not working on any high voltage or anything that would impact him from a safety perspective. There's no voltage on the circuit that he's wiring. Thermistors don't have any voltage on them, so he's safe. But that's a very good question.
That's a great question.
You want to come up here? Okay, while he's doing that, what I'm doing is setting up some of the logic associated with that object. Everything in our world is called an object or a physical point. If you look at this, it shows UI. That stands for universal input, okay? I'm going to set that to a resistance input. Now I'm going to scale that input. If you look at it right now, it's ranging around 10,000, 9,000, 10,000 ohms as a resistance level. If Justin puts his finger on that sensor, you can just keep it right on the screen here. If he puts his finger on the sensor, you'll see that go down. Okay, let's get it. Yes, let's go down. That is the sensor reacting to a real world physical condition. And so we know that that object is reading some live value. Now, what do we do with that value? That's just a number. It's not temperature. It's not anything but just a number right now. So what we're going to do is set up a scale to convert that number into a readable sensor value that'll tell us temperature. And let's start here by putting this on degrees Celsius. Have you guys learned the universal scale, like kilograms, Celsius, and all that stuff, the metric system? I know that they taught you that in school, right? We're going to set it up based on the metric system right now. And we're going to bring that into the input of this. And you see immediately the value of that scaled object is now 27 degrees Celsius. Now, if you're like I am, you're still stuck on the English system. So we can select a degrees Fahrenheit temperature instead. And there's the degrees Fahrenheit right there. It's 80.8 degrees because Justin just had his finger on the sensor. That sensor value is going down at the moment. So let's use that sensor to actually do something to control an output. You can keep it right up there. Yeah. So all we have to do to build this logic is pull our cursor over to the control variable set point on this screen. And we could set that at, let's make it trip at 81 degrees Fahrenheit. Just type that value in. And then we pull the same output to another control variable. And we'll set this one to, I'll set this one to 83. Okay. Now, when we hit 81 degrees on this sensor, this particular thermostat control will trip and that output will go to true, which can cause a real world change in a condition. This thermostat controller is set at 83. When this control variable goes above 83, it will trip this controller. And we're going to create also now some digital objects. We're just going to pull them over here. Digital object 1, digital object 2. If you come back over to this panel, we have pre-wired 2 outputs. Remember, I told you everything's an input and an output. The input, things that are monitored, come in here. The output, things that we control, come out of here. And the logic that we're building on the screen, on the television, all resides in here, okay? We wired output 1 and output 2 to these 2 panel lights, panel light 1 and panel light 2. So what should happen when this sensor reads a temperature above 81 degrees, if we have our logic right, this light should come on. When this temperature reads 83 degrees or above, this light should go on. And when it drops below those values, the light should go off. Now we're going to see if Justin knows how to wire up a circuit, because we're going to go ahead and program it up here. We're going to pull that output that's false right now to the input of the first object, which we will control off of digital object 1. And we'll pull the second one off of the second thermostat, which goes to the second. We'll rename that digital object 2, digital output 2. Okay. Now, Justin, I think we'll call this digital object 1. Okay. Now, first, Justin, will you go over to the sensor? Don't grab it yet, not quite yet. Okay. Now, if you can affix the camera right here and kind of catch Justin as well. And we will watch the temperature up there. Right now it's 78.62. I guess you can show them the temperature right there.
I don't think they can see the details, but
They can't see it?
not the type.
Okay, it's about 79 now. Okay, come on back to the
Mhm.
lights. When this hits 81, go ahead and heat it up. When that hits 81, it's 80, almost, there you go, 81. And when we hit 83, the second one should trip. Oh, well, we have a problem. We may need to troubleshoot this. Oh, you see, if you come back over to the logic, there was a problem in the logic. We didn't tell it that it was digital object 2. We will select digital object 2 now.
The light came on.
And the light came on. So there's an example of troubleshooting. In our field, everything about our field, from programming to setup to wiring, it's all about troubleshooting. It's all about using logic, okay? These are some of the things. This is just an exercise we came up with 10 minutes ago to show you some of the things that you'll be learning. From here, you could build a graphical user interface. You could build a web page off of this, and you could access it from your cell phone and control it that way. So I just wanted to show you, and thank you, Justin, for your help, and Candace for your help. Some of the things that we'll be working on when you come in here to HQ. Okay, back to you, Candace.
That was pretty awesome. What are you guys' thoughts, students, as we transition into going into more about the program information? Any initial thoughts about this demonstration?
It looked hard, but it seems easy at the same time.
Okay, that's Kelton. What else were you going to say, Kelton?
Nah, it looked hard because the diagram, but how he explaining it, it looked pretty simple and just basic knowledge of just understanding what you learning. That's about it.
Absolutely. Are you excited to learn more about what he just taught you?
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Maria, you had something to say. I saw some people in the chat as well. The chat is popping. That's what we want. So Maria, I think you were about to say some feedback.
There was definitely a lot of details in it, so I was trying to follow along. And it looks like, yeah, it looks fun. It looks interesting.
That's good. Someone says, okay, we have Dr. Town says, I like the hands-on practical application. We do too, okay? We're gonna be up, moving around. It's gonna be interactive, project-based learning style. So if there aren't any more comments, I'm going to share my screen back to our presentation so we can go a little bit more into the details of what you all should expect from the program. So this is your handbook, and we will share this as a digital document for all of you all, everyone actually who's on this orientation day, but for the students, there's 2 items that you all will actually sign and return back to me by the close of business tomorrow, and I'll be offline working with you guys. So Brian and I, we're gonna tag team on discussing this information, and we'll just take about 10 minutes to go through, because as I mentioned, you all will have access to this document following. So in the handbook, it just gives you an introduction of the program. We'll talk about the mission, the goals, again, program overview, the actual structure, code of conduct, media release, resources for you all. These resources are amazing. I mean, I'm gonna be texting you guys. You guys know I'm texting y'all and I'll be like, you guys check out the links. And then also information about our partners and our contact information. So I'll just skip over the introduction. We know that this is the pilot program. Get excited. We are the first class, and there's lots of great information that we'll be providing. I think we have some writing on the screen. Okay, there we go. So the mission, our mission is for at-risk youth to experience a real-world, high-tech automation curriculum that makes pursuing a career in STEM fields a reality. I do want to just say one goal, which is that after this pilot program, once we kind of gauge how the program went, we see you all's responses to the program, and we learn from the program. Ultimately, our goal is to utilize the lessons learned in this pilot program to develop subsequent programs at across the nation. So a couple items here, and as I mentioned, Brian will jump in if he has anything to add, is that He mentioned it's going to be 3 modules. We'll go into a little bit more of those details in the next slide. A maximum of 12 students. We're going to keep it tight, a tight-knit group. You guys are going to get real close. We're going to get close with you guys. You guys are going to get close with your teams. I'm really excited about that, to be a part of this first group. You guys are going to be paired up with mentors. You all met 3 of your mentors today, and we have a few others who will be joining as well. After each module, you'll acquire specific skills, some of which are the skills you all just saw during the live demonstration. And then also we're going to be recording this entire process. So it'll be important for you guys to show up, look your best, get excited, and really participate and provide honest feedback. That's going to be very helpful for us as well as we cater this program to you all's needs and getting you guys to matriculate to your next steps as well. So again, this information, it'll get very detailed, but you all will see here some of the areas of focus for the 3 modules is the introduction to automation, electrical theory and application, and then also automation system theory and application. And the bottom information I know looks familiar. This was on your application flyer that we discussed the technical and the soft skills that you guys will be receiving, such as access to individual computers, the hands-on training, we can't emphasize that enough, mentorship. Also, Carmen discussed how she's excited to work with everyone with their professional development. Course information. So this first module, module 1, will be a 10-week program. Each module will be 10 weeks. It'll be a total of 180 contact hours. 3 of these contact hours, these hours are actually going to begin from 5 p.m. till 8 p.m. 2 evenings per week. We're looking at Tuesday and Thursday evenings. And this first day of training will begin on September 14th and end roughly October 2021. This is a great caveat to mention that these dates are fluid at this time because we want to make sure that we have all of our protections and safety measures put into place. Specifically, we are requiring that mentors, instructors, committee members, as well as the students, anybody who's involved in this program, everyone is going to be required to be vaccinated and show proof of vaccination. So I'll be working closely with you guys on communication as it pertains to the actual project timeline. So we won't marry these dates, but we will definitely use them as a roadmap. And then you guys see some additional dates of module 1 when that begins. And Brian mentioned potentially getting you guys out early. I feel like you guys will get out early. It sounds like you got some overachievers, so I'm really excited about that. Any questions? I'll pause there. Any questions so far from the students in regards to the program itself?
No, I'm waiting to get that document so I can further read into detail because I can't really see it how you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for that feedback, Kelton, because we'll definitely get this to you for you to look it through in detail. So some of the other information, the program learning outcomes, as well as the student learning outcomes. This is a list of what we'll be measuring the program by, and code of conduct. You all will go line by line, read this entire document, general guidelines, as well as the responses to the violations of code of conduct, and then the student agreement. This is a document that will have you all sign, agreeing that you've read and understood and agree with the terms in the code of conduct. This is one of those documents I was mentioning that I'll send out to you all and have you all return it back to me by close of business tomorrow, as well as this media release form. Again, we will be taking photos. We will be recording your process and your journey. This will be great for you all to one day look back on and add to your resume as well. And finally, the resources. We have just a blurb about ACP. BAS Labs is our sponsoring partner. The reason why we have all this amazing equipment. Brian, by the way, created all of this fantastic equipment in his mind. And then he actually taught one of our mentors, Justin, and they, in this training facility, they construct and build out our desktop trainers, as well as this mobile lab trainer that you guys see in the back. So excited for you guys to work with them on those pieces. And then also DFAX here, and then the links information. You guys make sure, hold up your phones, hold up. Let me see you guys right now. Follow us on all of our social platforms. That's the way that you guys will be engrossed in what we're doing. We want you to not only be involved in STEM skills for success, but ACP as a whole. We have various monthly events, resources, career pathway information, toolkits, you name it. And we want to allow you all to have access to that information. And our partners, thank you all so much. This list of our partners, I won't go into too many details because we will actually have in just a moment, Judge Haynes to come up and give closing remarks. And a lot of that is going to be thanking our partners for making this happen, collaborating with us, and producing such a fantastic pilot training program. And that's the end of the handbook. Again, I'll share that with you all momentarily. And now I'm going to introduce Judge Haynes. She will give closing remarks before we open it up for a survey and question and answer from the group. So you guys, let's welcome Judge Haynes.
Do it like a showpiece day.
They said, do it like it's your birthday.
Good afternoon, young people. I am very happy to be here today in the headquarters, in the location where you are going to be trained. I'm real excited for you. And I want to congratulate each and every one of you for your selection into this program. It is the first one in the nation. So you are actually making history here. And I want you to know that you're going to be supported by a number of members in our community. And you'll get to meet them. Many of them will probably have a chance to drop in on you as you're training through this process and give you just all of their support as they can give you. We have, I know, some of the individuals who have been supporting you, and they're, of course, the Department of Family and Children Services. We have CASA, the Child Advocate's Office. We have our SAGs. So, and we have a number of individuals that are just going to be following your success, and they are so committed to the work that is being done here to assist you in your training. And I just want again to congratulate you all, and also to thank the Association of Control Professionals. I want to thank BAS Labs, Brian Lovell, who is CEO of BAS Labs. He has done a tremendous job with his team to bring this program to you. And I cannot tell you how excited I am. So I will also be dropping in to see how your success is progressing. But one thing I am sure of is that you all will be successful. So best of luck and congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank
so
you.
much. Oh, wonderful. They said thank you. Thank you so much for those comments, Judge Haynes. And now, if everyone, the students could take a moment, we're going to just play some light music just for about 3 minutes. We have a survey that's very important. We want to know exactly where each of you are in regards to your internet. We need to know what resources we need to prepare as well for the success of the program for you all coming into our training facility. So if you can look into the chat now and go ahead and fill out that survey, and everyone just hold tight for about 2 minutes. It's just about 4 questions. And then as they're filling that out, we will begin the Q&A and open it up for any questions from everyone on the chat, not just the students. So we'll open up Q&A as the students are filling out the survey. Is there anything in the chat? Any questions? So Brian, you can come on up with me. Any questions that we may have? Do you see anything in the chat? Oh, great. Okay, let's read those out. We have.
Congratulations, students. You're going to do an awesome job by Eric Barnes. And Kathleen Edwards says, congratulations, students. Daquana Hassan says, I'm excited for all participants.
Wonderful. And we have congratulations, students. Okay, so we do have one. I see them here. So how long is the entire program? That's a great question.
Yeah, 180 contact hours, usually about half a year of coming in here. And now that depends on how we progress through the program. If we can teach you efficiently, we'll finish quicker. And it seems like we might be able to do that. So worst case scenario, 3 modules, 10 weeks each, and then you exit the program. We do work with local technical colleges. We'll be very interested in finding out what your career pathway interests are, and we can connect you with those local colleges to matriculate you into other programs. Or I think a number of you may want a job in building automation. We have a lot of contacts in the industry. I also work closely with the National Science Foundation, the Department of Energy, and the Siemens Foundation, which is one of the world's largest companies, and they're always looking for help. So I think there'll be a lot of options available to you. Let's see, do we have any other questions?
Yeah, there is one question, and Brian will probably have Justin come up and speak to this one. Justin, so some of our students wanted to know, I mean, outside of being a technician, you know, everyone has various aspects to their lives and other responsibilities. And so I think they wanted to see what that work-life balance is, you know, how is it being a technician and also balancing the rest of your responsibilities?
Okay, well, hopefully you have a schedule laid out for you in terms of time.
I'm not getting vaccinated for this program.
Okay, wonderful. And who spoke? I'm sorry, I'll make a note of that. Who spoke?
This is Kiana Tillman, and I had just filled out your survey, and at the last question, it was like, are you getting vaccinated? And I swear to God, I'm not. I love y'all, and I really want to support, but I ain't getting no needle from that.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Kiana. Thank you. Okay, Justin, continue your question. How work-life balance?
Work-life balance. Yeah. So for the most part, you'll be on your feet before you get into the logic part of building automation as a technician. So you'll be on ladders and things like that. So I would say balance out your nutrition first and foremost. So stay healthy. You won't always be in air-conditioned areas because you are the person working on the air conditioning for the most part. Also, when you get home, try to do something, you know, that's relaxing, so you can recuperate. And, you know, it always makes it easier for the work day, if you read up on what you have to accomplish the day before. So it just makes things much more smooth, and your day can even be cut short. So yeah, I would say those are the main things that you could do to benefit you as a technician.
Thank you so much. Okay, and do we have any more questions in the chat?
Does this lead to any kind of job things?
Say that, ask that one more time.
Does this lead to any kind of job things?
Sure, yeah. Number of careers. Justin's a field technician. He helps build laboratories with BAS Labs. Some of you may be interested in building stuff like this all over the country. We go all from Miami to Boston to the Midwest. We go all over building environments. Some of you may want to become a programmer. Some of you may want to become a graphic designer for these kind of systems, a systems integrator. or you might want to go in a completely different route. A lot of people that come into this field go into cybersecurity systems.
That's
IT.
that's what I want.
I know that's what you want. Yep. And there's probably 30 plus career pathways you can do out of this. Even if you wanted to go into HVAC, I think somebody, when we were talking to you, wanted to go into HVAC or electrical systems. There's a lot of pathways. That's why what we're teaching you are the common skills that you'll need for any one of those career pathways you might be interested in. So there's a lot. Let's see. Digital marketing. Oh yeah. One thing about, well, I'm going to turn this over to Carmen in just a minute, but one great thing about any marketing position, if you know the technical aspects of what it is you're trying to present or sell, you become a much better salesman or saleswoman because you can communicate with people and answer their questions when it comes down to the technology. But as far as getting more in depth with that, I'll have Carmen address that question.
Yes, I love who said that. I can't see it on my view here, but what I will say about digital marketing, echoing what Brian said, my job is very creative. I get to deal with a lot of fun and exciting parts on YouTube, and I get to work with really cool clients in luxury fashion currently. But everything I do is data driven. Everything I do is about the interconnectivity of the internet. Everything I do is tech focused. So you have to be very strong in your technology knowledge. You have to understand how to get up and speak to the person next to you versus a whole room of people. So everything you'll learn here is all transferable skills. And we are going to touch a little bit about digital marketing because it all really is very cohesive.
Thank you so much, Carmen. That's fantastic. I want to do a special introduction for the students who were able to join before we conclude this orientation day. So I have a few students that I see. I'm going to call on your name, and I just want you guys to say, hi, my name is, say your first and last name, and then just give us 3 words that describe yourself, and then we will conclude this session. If you do have any more questions that come to mind, definitely put those in the chat. We may have some time after these introductions to address those. So my man Kelton, I got you up first. So you say your first and last name and then 3 words that describe you.
Oh, that was a surprise on first. But my name is Kelton Harris. 3 words. I say I'm very understanding of any situation. I'm very competitive. So I'm gonna let that word speak for itself, and I'm outgoing. So those are the 3 words.
Awesome. You guys show Kelton some love in the chat. Woo! All right, we have Miss Maria.
Okay, so hey you guys, my name is Maria Oglesby, and I'm very reliable. I like technology. I'm organized, and yeah, I'm a creative person. I'm very creative.
Woo! You guys show Maria some love in the chat. Thank you, Maria. All right, next up we have Christopher.
I was cooking. My name Chris.
Wait, Christopher, what are you cooking? Tell us what you're cooking.
Oh, y'all don't even want to know. Y'all gonna fall out.
Okay. Go ahead, Christopher. Introduce yourself.
Well, I'm gonna say I'm Chris. I learn quick. I pick up fast, and I always been good with technology.
That's fantastic. You guys show Christopher some love. All right. Now next we have Jawan.
Name's Juwan. 3 words describe me: artistic, creative, and I guess not sure you say what you say to say you're good with technology, but I'm good at technology.
That's fantastic. Thank you so much, Jawan. And it's nice to virtually meet you guys as well. So next we have Demisha.
Hello, my name is Demisha Shelley. 3 words that describe me is intelligent, independent, and hardworking.
Woo, I like those. Y'all need show Demisha some love in the chat. Woo, I love those. And we have Justice.
Hello?
Hey. Justice, tell us your first and last name and then 3 words that describe you.
My name is Justice Pilot. I'm competitive, I'm goofy, and I'm caring.
And also is down. Oh, okay, let me get out your back.
Thank you so much, Justice. You guys show Justice some love in the chat. Did I miss any students?
Kiana,
Now what about me?
Kiana, yes. Kiana, please give us your first and last name and then 3 words that describe you.
mess up your thing.
All right. I'm Kiana. Tell me. Y'all said 3 words that describe me. I'm goofy as heck. Smart. Do we like your show birthday? I don't know what else to say. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it.
Wonderful. You guys give Kiana some love in the chat. Thank you guys so much. Did I miss any other students? All right. I don't think I missed anyone. So I'll give just one more open for any last questions. And if not, we will conclude our orientation day.
When will we see the email with the documents that shows all the modules?
Let me tell you something. You also about to be working with me. I'm be like, listen, Kelton, help me out, okay? I will send that as soon as we actually log out of here. I'll share it with you guys.
Hey, I'm sorry. Ooh. I interrupted Kelton. Go ahead and speak, big man. You done?
Any other questions?
Yes, I'm so sorry. Hey, I ain't got no parents or nothing, so I gotta share this information with y'all. Y'all know what a college acuplacer is, right?
Yes. Is
right, so
Kiana, do you have any questions as it pertains to this program?
Heck no.
Okay, wonderful. Well, guys, thank you so much for everyone joining. I'm so excited. I cannot wait. Hopefully meet everybody in person and we get started. So one by one, you guys want to just come say bye and we will close out. So bye, you guys. We'll have Carter come in. Bye. Come in. Bye.
Bye.
So nice to meet y'all.
Looking forward to seeing y'all.
Bye.
Congratulations again.
Congrats.
Bye.
Bye.